Hello, and oh, that was so fake. Hello. Well, hello and welcome to Four Wives on the Mic. As you can see today, we've only got 3 wives. We've got the lovely
Sandra from the Motherhood Group.
Whoop, whoop. And we've got the lovely
Sarah David.
And you've got myself, Nikki. So join us as we sip some tea. Started. The topic we're going to talk about today is kids and kids on Instagram. So today we actually have 2 kids with us, so do bear with us as you're going to hear some googling, some gaggering, and probably some rah or baby shark doo 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 doo. Any mum, you guys will know baby shark.
That's my dad.
So yeah, so again, we are all mums and it's going to happen. We're going to have kids with us from time to time, and we're going to
yeah, that's what we were saying.
Yes. Okay, so the topic today was kids on Instagram. Is it acceptable? Should they be on Instagram? And in particular, baby thinks he should be on Instagram. He likes the idea of Instagram. Should they have their own accounts? You know, what are your opinions on mums who, or I say mums, but you know, on accounts that are, oh, this is run by my mummy and she loves me so much. You know, those like phantom accounts that are run by parents. Sarah will join us for the next topic. Hello and thank you for joining us. Welcome back to Four Wives and a Mic. Whoop whoop. So today we have the lovely
Sandra from the Motherhood Group.
And I must say, if you are not following the Motherhood Group, you need to follow now. Aww. As a mum, it has just, honestly, your events are amazing. You get a nice opportunity to meet other mums and just talk and
about real life
stuff.
Issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. Some more real life mummy stuff. Our topic today, we're going to be talking all about the pressure of Instagram. Well, I say Instagram.
Social media, I think, as a whole.
Yes, exactly. So for me, I find that the whole snapback, the whole... you know, the whole
snapback, tiny waist,
big bum, you know.
Which I might say you have a very juicy one, Nikki.
But I have the belly to go with it. It's very sweet.
That's true.
But yeah, so like, I guess for me, seeing all of that, it was like, okay, I've got the bum bit.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of the tummy?
Yeah.
You know, how do I do that? And how do I do that while dealing with a baby and while dealing with my husband who's having to deal with the fact that my attention was now on the baby? It's just so complicated.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But you see all these celebrities and it's like within 2 weeks they're snapping back. You've got these YouTubers that within a month they're snapping back. And I'm like, these girls
are they really snapping back or are they snipping back?
Snipping off.
Do you understand? Like I said, I made an announcement yesterday that I was considering doing the whole liposuction thing.
And this was a huge debate on Instagram. Like, all the mummies were like, girl, no.
You look beautiful the way you are. You shouldn't think like that. And it's like, I think I'm beautiful. I'm not insecure. Yeah. I would say I'm not insecure, but it's just I want a flat stomach. I've had 2 kids. And it's just not going down. I'm on a keto diet currently. Ignore all the cake here. I'm not eating it.
I
am. And it's just, you know, you just think if I just had that element of my body changed, then I'll be fine.
But is it ever enough? You know, because Patricia, part of what instigated this whole debate was that a well-known YouTuber actually posted that so originally she had gotten her boobs done.
That's what
initially.
I heard.
And she admitted that, and this was after. Yeah, she had a video out. Yeah. Wow. That was one I've seen.
So why is everyone so like, you know, excited about this particular one?
Because they feel. I think so. Some of the comments that I've read is that she did not admit to doing everything. So she admitted to the liposuction, but not to the bum. Let's just be honest and frank. We're talking about Patricia Bright. Patricia Bright. We all know who Patricia Bright is.
Yes, we do.
Let's be like, for me, I think we're about the same age, but I actually find her quite inspirational.
Yes, she is.
Or inspiring, what you want to use.
Yeah.
Because she's taken something that's so everyday, and she's quite humble and honest from what I've seen.
Yes.
I've never met her personally, so I can't say.
Yeah.
Ooh. Looks like a story.
But she's lovely, yeah.
She seems like she's quite genuine, quite lovely, quite just down to earth. She doesn't seem, I don't know, you see some YouTubers that they kind of go through the motions, and then the next thing is, oh, I'm rocking Louis bags, oh, I don't go there, I don't do that, and, you know, and it just doesn't, it's like a step out of reality. So I think for me, that's why I still watch Patricia Bright's videos and stories, and that's probably why a lot of people still follow her and still relate to her and still have such high opinions about what she's doing, because they really feel that they can relate to her.
Yes. But arguably, so I did read on Twitter that someone said she's no longer relatable anymore because of the surgery that she's undergone. But I disagree with that, because I was about to take the first step for a consultation. Am I unrelatable now? I'm still a normal mum of 2, do you understand? So I think wanting and aspiring to have a dream figure, and if you have the money to and the resources to, would you then do it? A lot of girls would if they had the finances to, I'd say. But
I'm like,
because
I mean, the reason why I'm saying is because
you had the resources.
So for me, if we're being honest, being real conversation.
Go on.
When I was younger, before I had my kids, I actually used to think about, you know, having bigger boobs. So I had these small, perky little boobs. I never used to wear bras, but I used to think, look, I've got this, you know, I've got this big bum, small waist. If I just had bigger boobs, it would just fit that whole Instagram model look, you know. I felt like I would look perfect. But this was before having kids. So for me, I just feel like, I don't know if I ever would have surgery or if I ever would feel the necessity to go that far. I might think about it, might research it. I researched it. Under the muscle, through the armpit, you know, I researched it, trust me, moving the nipple, you know. So I really looked into it, but then I just thought, actually, someone's going to love me the way I am. Yes. And so I really need to actually stop and love myself. And not saying I did it, but I need to appreciate my small boobs. And I think I'm now kind of back in that place, because after I had my baby, the weight was just not shifting. Yes, the cakes weren't helping. But when you've been up 5 times in one night, every day that week, at some point you just need some kind of comfort. And for me, it's so easy to go to chocolate and go to cakes. And, you know, it is. And you know, if you're Nigerian, go for the pounded yam and ogbono soup. It's just nice. But it does just sit there. And you know, with a little one, with the pressures of marriage as well, for me, I just felt like I did not have that time to say, okay, I'm going to leave you and the kid, I'm going to go and work out. Because by the time I get back, I have double the chores to do. It's just too much. And I was at a point where I was like, actually, I would like to have a BBL, Brazilian butt lift, which is basically the liposuction. You lift the bum, they might inject into the boobs if you want. And I researched it. I also researched all of that. I looked at...
This was prior marriage or after marriage?
This was, what do you mean? I had my baby after marriage. This is after marriage. This was last year. So my child was...
You found someone that loved you for you, your husband, and then you still wanted to do it.
And I still wanted to do that. But in all fairness, my husband is not in love with this.
He's not?
He wants the skinny Nikki back. Yeah, he wants the skinny Nikki back. However...
Has he openly said that though?
Oh yeah. Oh, he will let you know. She had beautiful legs. But that's besides the point.
My husband, he doesn't even say that, but he'll say, oh, I'm starting a keto diet. Do you want to join me? So he'll make little So he's like literally removed all the snacks and bread from the house, and he's like, the fridge literally is filled with spinach.
Sorry, hubby, she's not having any cake, by the way. I'm just letting you know. This is not for her.
So I know that it's time to.
Yeah, he's giving you a little.
He's giving me the hint.
Yeah.
More than a hint. You know what I mean?
A little shove.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, going back to myself and, you know, my journey, I've come to a place where actually I'm enjoying my thickness. My thickums, as Miss Braxton would say.
But then arguably someone will say you're not really like thick like that for there to be an issue with your thickness.
I know some people would say that, but I think anyone who knew me prior to having a child, prior to getting married, would know it's a noticeable difference.
Really?
Like noticeable difference. Like I was super skinny. My sisters are all super skinny. Like it's a thing. This is not super skinny. Wow. Like I have a wardrobe full of clothes
that you can't wear.
I can't wear. And I think that for me is that is what bothers me more so than the actual weight. So I think when I really sat down and thought about it and thought, actually, what is it that you want? What do you want to look like? I actually look like how I want to look. You know, I have the body I want. I just, because my boobs filled out.
They definitely did.
Thank you, baby. You know, and my bum is still there. My thighs are good. And in terms of my tummy, I know that if I eat right and actually work out in the right way,
it will go.
I can get that flat tummy that I want.
Goodness for that.
So I
feel better about myself.
No, but I think the point behind that is there's nothing that working out and eating well can't
do.
Get you. And that 5 to 10 grand that I would potentially spend on potentially my boobs or my bum or whatever, I could spend it on a holiday for me and my little one.
That's true.
And maybe hubby if I feel like it that day.
That's true.
But we can go away. We can do something, make amazing memories.
So Patricia Bright obviously has lots and lots of expendable income where she just feels like, if I feel like a...
Well, let's not make that assumption because you know YouTubers, we don't know if she's got lots and lots of expendable income.
Oh, isn't she a millionaire?
She has lots and lots of expendable income.
Exactly. Let's be real. She is the #1 that hit 1 million, right? Subscribers, right? In the UK.
Has she hit 1 million subscribers?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
A while ago.
I need to do my...
I think she's on 2 million right now.
Wow. She's doing really well.
Just check your research yourself, but that's what I
yeah, so I know she was on, you know, she was featured on Glamour.
Yeah, she was the #1 black British YouTuber.
Sorry, can we just have a moment?
Yeah, to hit it. So she clearly has expendable income. So maybe she thinks, okay, today I feel like an extra, you know, a thicker bum. I can just get it.
But I think for me, I don't understand what the big deal is, you know, in terms of people being so judgmental on it. But you know, part of actually some of the things that I think about in regards to Patricia Bright is because she's on there, she's so popular, she's so well known, she's gonna have black followers, white followers, American followers, you know, such a wide variety of followers. That do you think that potentially she feels a lot of pressure to actually stay slim, to stay trim, to look a certain way?
Yes. 110%. She has immense pressure on her. #1, yeah, she's a YouTube sensation. She gets picked up by international brands that want her to L'Oreal, like there's many that want a particular type of woman and a particular type of black woman as well.
That's true. That is true.
So I feel like she has maybe even more pressure than maybe even me and you. And who knows if we were in her position what we would do. I think it's easy for us to say I would never, because I was that person that said I would never ever get any sort of surgery or think about any sort of alterations. And then there I am booking a consultation 5 years later. So I think until you're in a particular situation yourself, you can't really judge.
And can I just say as well, it's so easy for us to kind of judge, you know, ourselves, and when you know the person's story, you're like, oh, that's so wrong. But a lot of these people that we look up to, they've all had some form of cosmetic surgery. They give me one that hasn't, and I guarantee you, I'll tell you where, and how she got cosmetic surgery. I guarantee you.
Jada Pinkett.
Jada Pinkett.
Has she had surgery?
Have you seen her cheeks? That is not natural.
Cheeks? What, these cheeks or these cheeks?
No, these. I'm telling you that woman's had Botox or collagen fillers.
No way.
Next. Who else?
Erica Badu. She's so natural.
Okay, yeah, she is natural. That one is a bit more difficult, but I don't think anyone looks up to her as a beauty brand. No, I love Erica Badu. Believe me, I love her. She's dope. She's cool.
Okay.
But she's not someone that you look up to as, oh, she's so beautiful. No, you look at her as like, you know, she's that inspirational, motherly, natural woman that can teach you how to mix your herbs properly. And call
what about Michelle Williams then? She's very
Williams.
natural as well. Gospel artist, ex-Destiny Child.
Ex-Beyonce member. Let me try and think. She's had her boobs done.
Has she?
She had her boobs done. Her boobs were done.
No, I'm
looking over this way because we've got another member here. So we've got another mummy here actually. So if you see me looking over that way, it's because we are going to bring her on in a minute, and we're going to be talking about having kids on Instagram. So just to wrap up this little section here, I think you're right. I don't think we should be judging other mummies. I think we should, or women full stop, you know, let's be honest. If we were in that position, potentially we would actually have it done. Whether it's having an ice pack on your face to tighten the muscles, or having, you know, fillers, or having Botox. All these things are a form of cosmetic surgery, and it's not fair to really kind of put someone else down because you don't know what they're going through. And then leading on, babies on Instagram. What are our thoughts, opinions? Oh, it's gonna get juicy. Okay, so as we are now moving on to the next topic, kids on Instagram, I'd like to introduce my lovely
co-host, Sarah David.
And she's amazing, she's phenomenal. So do add her on Instagram, do check out what she's up to, because trust me, you will not what? You will not
regret.
Be sorry.
Regret.
You put me on the spot.
You don't regret it. Okay, alright. And you want to make sure you follow her on Instagram, which is
Sarah David Official.
Yep. She's got loads of different companies that she's running at the moment. And actually, if you follow her, she's got discounts, sales, and I'm not going to tell you what she does because I want you to go and check it out yourself.
Check it out.
Exactly. You won't regret it.
You won't regret it.
I remember that. Okay, so yeah, so we're moving on to children on Instagram right now. So we've spoken a bit about how Instagram does put a lot of pressure on mums. More so in terms of, you know, how we look physically and snapping back and wanting to look sexy and amazing. But now actually you want to talk about that pressure of actually putting your children out there and having, you know, them having their own accounts. And what are your thoughts on children with their own accounts on Instagram? And we're talking from babies.
Shall I go first? Okay, so I don't have a problem with children being on Instagram, depending on the purpose. So for example, for my for where I'm coming from a beauty business, I like the fact that my kids have their own Instagram account because I'm doing a business for them, which is like a children's clothing line. So I'll keep it very specific to basically them being on Instagram and basically showing their outfits, and that obviously helps promote the business.
Yeah.
If you're going to put them on your own personal Instagram account, again, there isn't any problem with them being on Instagram, but it basically defines the purpose of what are they there for, you know? And obviously if you're comparing them to other Instagram, YouTube mums that have children as well, you know, it's all about the fashion, it's all about what they're wearing and whatnot. So that's basically what it is. That's my opinion with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that kids can be on Instagram.
As long as it's kind of aimed at a business purpose.
If it's aimed at a business purpose, or basically a lifestyle as well that you're trying to promote.
So you put their faces and everything on there?
I put my children on Instagram. On my own personal Instagram, but not on my business Instagram account. I keep my business Instagram account, I don't have my children on it because I want to keep the purpose to strictly
to what it is.
Yeah, strictly to what it's for.
And then in terms of their Instagram accounts, so your kids have their own.
My kids have their own Instagram
page,
account,
which is aimed at the children's clothing and everything.
Yeah, that's it.
And you put their faces on there.
I put their faces on there.
For me, I disagree with that.
You disagree with that?
Yeah. So my opinion is, I think for me, I find it quite uncomfortable to actually have kids on Instagram. I think on some level, on your private page, fine, that's one thing, yes, okay. But having your own account, I don't know if I agree with having your children out there so much like that. Now I've got my little one on Instagram, but I don't always kind of show her full face, you know. I'll maybe show us giving each other kisses because she's always kissing me, or you know, her playing with a toy. You know, I like to play with shadows. I like taking pictures and I like playing with shadows, but I won't necessarily put her full face on there or like anything kind of too identifying of her
I know
on
what
there.
you mean, because I still don't know what she really
looks like. Yeah. But it's not like I'm hiding her or anything. I think part of my thinking is I don't want to take away her right to privacy. So she's young now and she loves taking pictures because I'm always taking a picture and she's always seeing me take pictures. But I wouldn't want to put her in a position where because people are coming up to her saying, oh, aren't you that? Oh, I think I've seen you before. Where do I know you from? And I just don't think it's fair to do that to a small child. If she wants to set up her own pages when she's older, go for it. If you want, you know, if she wants to be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or, you know, whatever social media is out there at her time, go for it. Obviously with mummy watching and checking that the right people, you're following the right people, you're doing the right things on there. But I'm just a bit uncomfortable with taking away her choice and her right to her privacy at this age.
See, my problem with that though is because when you leave your house, you've already taken your child's right away from privacy. My daughter, she goes everywhere with me, and everyone knows her. If we go to IKEA in our area, every single shop person at the till, cashier, they know who she is. In our area, they know who she is. She's very bubbly, very friendly, very outgoing, and she's only just turned 2, and people already know her, which is very, very, you know, outgoing. So I don't see the difference between showing her on Instagram and taking her out of the house. In nursery, people know her, and I'm not even there to witness, to protect her, to stand by her, and she's out of my sight. I can't. What can I do then? Nothing really. So I don't really see the difference. It's 2018 now, and I feel like the world has changed from, you know, interacting with each other to now interacting online. And I just feel that, why should we? I don't know. I feel like I'm hiding my child if I take her out of. If I don't post her on the internet. I post myself, I post my husband, I post my friends, I post my mother. Why should I not post my child? She's part of me as well. That's the way I just.
But I think my response to that would just be, well, yeah, within your local area, that's one thing. You know, her going to nursery, people that access the nursery or access the school, they will all be DBS checked. You know, you can't just walk in off the street as a stranger. However, on Instagram, on social media, full stop, the pictures and the content that you put out there is no longer yours. And I think that's something that I will always kind of hold, you know, close to me, and I will always kind of hold in mind, because once I put that out there, that is out there. Anyone can do whatever they want with it. There's only so much watermarking that you can do. People crop that stuff out. Let's not lie. They're just like, yeah, I'll do it. There's only so much, you know. Even with me, in terms of playing with the shadows, I'm still aware that, you know what, someone can take my child's photo. There's a reason why we don't post naked pictures of our kids. Let's be honest, because we don't know what's good. Well, do we?
Well, I do like.
Okay.
Not naked, but like when they come out from the bath and they're wearing nappies, sometimes I just snap them. I'm very open. I feel like.
Okay. So maybe this is just me there, but I feel uncomfortable with that, because it's like literally I don't know where that's gonna go. I mean, people making memes. Child paedophilic rings are very alive.
Pedophiles are they're everywhere. They're in the church. They're in schools. Those who are DBS checked are still paedophiles, for goodness sake.
Which is true, but I am not going to knowingly give you material of my child for you to go and get off on.
Well, it all depends. I think it all depends on the type of pictures you're posting.
Yes.
And also the age of the child that you're referring to as not being on Instagram. So, for example, my son is 5 years old and he likes taking pictures. He likes modelling. He knows if he's standing at the camera, he knows his different ways of posing. He understands that, okay, mummy's trying to build him something, like a legacy for him, you know. So my reason of him being on Instagram is because, one, it opens opportunities for him, because model agencies are able to find him on Instagram and on Facebook, and also it also builds his confidence. I don't know what my son wants to be, but I know that in every age there's a chapter in every age. There's a chapter of sorry, what was I going to say? This cut me off.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is for Nikki. If
trouble.
Because I'm liking this. If an agent came in tomorrow and said, "Oh my gosh, is that your daughter? Wow, she is beautiful. I want to put her in the next Star Wars movie and pay you guys £20 million for her to be a star leading role in the show," would you say yes or no?
Honestly, I don't know. It would have to be a discussion with my
husband. Would probably be a yes.
No, honestly. It
would probably be a yes.
No, legit. I'm being legit. I'm being 110% with you, because this is the thing, like, my husband's also very private. That's why there are no pictures of him on there as well. Okay. I don't post pictures of my husband because he's not into that. He really isn't. And so anything to do with my little one, there has to be a discussion.
Well, but Nikki,
and in terms of things like films or anything adverts, like that, adverts. Because I did, I'm a young person. I also thought, oh, maybe I can get into baby modeling. This is juicy tea, but not only is he a private person, but his family is also very private.
So you married into a private home.
I did.
But Nikki, maybe you may not. I beg to differ. But other mothers who are deemed as private, if they were offered a contract for their kids to be on television, starring in a multi-billion-pound movie, the chances are, I'd say 98% would say yes for a 20 million pound contract. So they're not private then. Okay. That's not private. So I just
wait.
You got to make a decision to either be private and be private fully, or to be out there and be out there. And just
Number one. I answered the question. Actually, I still chose to be private. Thank you.
You chose to be private.
Number two. I'm sorry. There's a difference between working on a movie set and taking pictures in your home, either in your nappy or in your... There's a big difference.
Do you know why?
There's a big difference.
So many mothers...
Warland, I'll tell you why there's a big difference.
Let me tell you something.
All of us Nigerian, by the way.
I'll tell you something. Okay, right?
Break it down.
People who post their kids on the internet, not all, but a lot of them do, post with the hopes of making a living out of it eventually, right? You say you take pictures of your son, he wants to be a model, he might through your Instagram post be offered a contract to be the next model for, the
next Tyson Beckford.
For
when he's older, obviously, not now.
So there's different avenues to being successful through your children, right? Some go through the booking an agent, finding an agent first, and then blowing that way. Some hope to post and have their own page and then being found that way, but all lead to the same purpose of being successful. So that means if you're choosing to be private and not stay on Instagram for your child's sake, then if an agent offers you a contract for a 20 million pound movie, you have to say no. You have to, because that's, taking away their rights to privacy as well.
I think the question should be, should celebrity children versus non-celebrity children be on Instagram? Because if you think about it, most of the celebrity mums, their children have an Instagram account. But then people who are not celebrities, but why should they have an Instagram account?
To become celebrities.
To become celebrities. Is that the aim? Is that the purpose?
Yeah, it is. Let's be real. My kids doesn't have an Instagram. I've been told so many times that my children need Instagram because they should be models, they're beautiful, this and that. That's what a lot of parents get told. And I wanted that, and I thought, no, I can't be bothered. I'm too lazy to post a picture for professionally on her Instagram. But I post her daily on my personal Instagram page, my Snapchat, she's on my Twitter. And when I post her, actually I get more likes than when I post myself. Shade! But in saying that, if someone said, you know what, your daughter, one of them, is nice, is pretty, I want her to be on this cover, I'd say yes in a heartbeat.
Okay, so there was a point that you mentioned there where you spoke about success through your child.
Yes.
And I think for me that's kind of part where the problem lies, because I want her success to be her own. And I want her, I want to give her that opportunity to find her success in whichever way she finds it, whether that's through science, through social media, through TV, through...
But isn't your job as a parent...
What you mean by success through the child? If you're doing this, if you're building something for your children, and you're not taking money out of it, but you're building an empire for the child, then I wouldn't say it's success through the child. I'd say success for the child.
For the child.
Yeah, for the child.
I was trying to say that. Yeah, I was trying to say.
That's what you're trying to say.
That basically
that's what you were saying.
As a parent, as a mother, is to do all that you can, to build your child up from now. So if I know that I have an avenue to make, I know. No, for real. If I know that I can have an avenue to build something up for my child whilst they're young, I'm going to do it. I won't wait for them to become older and do it themselves. I can see right now my kid is only 2, but she has so much potential to go into, the arts, to go into performing. She loves singing and dancing, for example, and I have a connection and they want to help me help her now, I'm going to say yes. Why not? Because so she'll be upset when she's 15 and say, Mummy, why didn't you help me when I was 2, when you had the chance to? Do you understand? I feel like it's our duty as parents is to see the talent within our child and nurture it from now. We're not taking away from them, we're adding it to them, we're building it for them, right? Like,
yeah.
But I guess my mindset is more of giving her plenty of opportunities, so when she is of that age, she has plenty of choices.
Okay.
So yeah, she can go into social media if she wants to, but I'm not going to set that up for her. However, there's a camera, there's lights, there's a mic. I will help you when that time comes.
Okay.
You know, if it's drama you want to go into, I've got contacts in drama schools. We've got places you can go to. So it's that's kind of more my thinking, as opposed to I'm going to do it for you and then, oh look, you're already in it. No, it's you show me that you want to be in it and you are dedicated to it, and I will support you and push you in the right direction. So I guess that's kind of more my thing. And in regards to celebrities and, you know, celebrity children versus non-celebrity children, if we look at someone like Beyonce, we all know who Beyonce is. She is the queen bee, right? Everyone agreed? Regardless of whether you love her or not, she is very, very private, and she will only put out what she is willing to put out, and usually it's linked to either something she's working alongside or whether she's working, like her albums and stuff. Beyonce will dance her butt off. She will dance and jiggle and make that performance or that concert lit. However, she's not going to be posting her kids. She's not going to be posting Rumi.
But she's Beyonce. Like, she's Beyonce.
So
I know, I get she's Beyonce, but that's my
Beyonce.
point though. In terms of work versus private life, like she's got a very strong work ethic, and she will work her butt to the bone. However, she's not that quick to say, okay, look, this is what we're doing.
But I feel like because she's Beyonce, she has the right to kind of do that. Not being funny, but I feel like people will be more after her child, trying to tamper with their pictures and their identity more than our children, don't you think? Because we're not Beyonce, don't you think?
But you know what? I definitely like the fact that you brought up Beyonce. Does Blue Ivy, does she have any business, as her mum said, anything for her? Because I remember she has it.
Yeah, and I think she even registered that they've
painted the name.
Yeah.
I think they've painted the name.
Yeah.
Okay, if I may, Kim Kardashian has a business for the children. They have a clothing line, and the children are obviously the face of the business. If you've noticed, you will see Kim on her Snapchat, obviously advertising clothes that Ivan North wore. So she's still on Instagram.
In terms of Kim Kardashian, I'll just keep that up to myself, okay? I don't know about some of the stuff that, you know, it's a very, but hey, everyone parents in their own way, so.
Yeah, well, I didn't say, you know,
she's doing a business for the child.
She's doing a business for the child.
Which you can respect,
That's basically where I was just coming at as well. Like, if you're putting your child on Instagram, you know, there has to be a motive for it. You know, understand? There's no point just building Instagram just to get likes. And what you gain out of those likes, if you're not getting advertising space, if you're not getting contracts or deals or something, then it doesn't make any sense for your children to be on Instagram. If it's on your personal Instagram and it's just you as showcasing your family, once in a while is okay. You know, so there's obviously two aspects that you can.
And I think another thing that makes me uncomfortable actually is the fact that a lot of, like, let's be real, we're being candid, a lot of black kids that are on there are not popular. The only black or ethnic looking children that are popular are the twins or they're light skinned with green eyes. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
All right now. So I didn't even drink anything.
Wow.
So I think for me, I wouldn't want to put my beautiful chocolate black girl out there for her to be like, why don't I have 1,000 followers? Why don't I have 5,000 followers? Why don't I have 10,000 followers? Why don't I have L'Oreal chasing me or Cantu looking for me? Well, I'm sorry, baby, because you're not light skinned enough. I don't want to have to do that to her. She's beautiful in her own way, and I want her to see that herself, not necessarily through the lens of social media.
Okay, that I 110% agree with. But then that's your job as a parent again to instill
that foundation,
that in her, so that no matter where she goes, because whether it's on social media, it may be in school, they'll now place that standard upon her. It will be in the playground, it will be at church, it will be somewhere else. So I feel like it's our jobs to teach our kids that they're beautiful. I've got 2
regardless
daughters,
of whether they are light skin,
or
dark skin.
I've got one that's very, very, very fair, Zoe. She's light skin, and I've got one that's chocolate, like me. And both, I show them they're both beautiful in their own way, in their own differences. And so
I guess we're gonna leave it there for now, mummies. This has been very juicy, and I'm telling you, we could go on for longer. But listen, please do like, subscribe, check out the Instagram. Let us know what you think. Send in your, your responses, your comments. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Sarah? It should be more of a business thing, or do you agree with my little, Sandra over here who's always talking about post your babies in nappies? But ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.